Thanks for joining me at coachinglaw.com. As part of these stories, I should say that the names, facts and circumstances of each case or story have been changed. My talks are from an English law perspective only and are just my views, and so none of the information provided should be relied upon by you. If you have any issues or problems, then you should see your own lawyer or solicitor. And if you don't have one, then you can email me at jimmy@coachinglaw.com and I might be able to point you in the right direction. Having said all that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I was in a deal room with a group of lawyers, finance people and board members. The deal was that my client was buying a string of hotels and I'd been brought in to the deal to look at the data law aspects. My client wanted to make sure that the hotels had all the right databases and IT infrastructure in place before it puts its money on the table and bought this string of hotels. One key thing that my client was interested in was the customer database. The database was the crown jewels of the business. This was because it was the way that each hotel engaged with its customers, and my client was very interested in how it could utilise this database. Not only could it try to sell hotel rooms to these customers, but it could sell its other products to these customers and also share this database with other companies, such as car hire companies, high street retailers and tour companies, who could also engage with these customers and sell their services. Hence, the client had many questions, which included, number one, did the seller own all the rights to the database and could it sell the whole database to my client? Two, once my client had the database, then what could it do with the database? Three, if there were any snags with ownership or use of the database, then how could these be resolved in terms of who owned the databases? I had long calls with the seller's lawyers regarding ownership of the database, as many of the people had contributed to building it, including companies, freelancers, consultants, marketing companies. One thing that struck me at the time was that in all of these conversations, nothing was mentioned regarding the rights of the people who were actually on the database. Did they know what the buyer and seller were thinking and doing with their data? And if they did, then what would they say? Would they agree to all of this? Would they be happy with this? So, before the General Data Protection Regulation, which came into force in May 2018, a lot of data sharing occurred and individuals on the database were in a lot of cases totally unaware of what was happening to their personal data and how it was being used and traded by companies. However, things have changed under the General Data Protection Regulation, and in essence, individuals need to be told by companies how their data is being processed. Companies often do this in their privacy policies and terms and conditions. Not only do companies need to tell individuals about how their data is being processed, but individuals have a whole range of rights. These include having the right to have their data deleted from databases and for their data to be provided to them for free. This has caused companies a lot of legal headaches because it means that the databases that they thought they had full control of are now subject to rights which have been given to people that actually sit on those databases. In my experience, companies are still trying to fully understand what they can and can't do with personal data, including how they process personal data of staff, job applicants, customers, suppliers and others, and also how they can share all of this data with their partners and others. Hence, that hotel deal that I was working on years ago would be far more complex now from a personal data perspective. In summary, the way that companies can collect and share data on individuals has now become more restrictive, and the fines for not doing this properly can amount to 20 million euros or 4% of global turnover, and companies are therefore taking this issue far more seriously.